And we're back with another episode of Let's Play House Flipper. I'm your host, the RPG guy, and let's get to work, shall we? We need to get more of these done. So let's take a look here. We've got a garage with bunker for almost 120k. So we have a very interesting garage with something hiding in its bowels. Now, as far as doing a garden here, I'm probably not going to bother. Because I have a feeling this is going to be a very straightforward facility. And not in a good way. But, we could mow the lawn. You know, clean it up a bit. But here's the other thing, too. If you're looking to do something extravagant, this is probably the property to do it on, because other than that first one that we were looking at, mainly because look at how big this yard is. This is a huge yard. I didn't see a mole. Usually that means... No, I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, so there's that. Which we'll worry about that later. And... let's just knock this out really quick, because I'm not going to be doing any crazy stuff for that matter. So we'll knock this out real quick. Because like I said, I don't plan on doing much for the backyard on this particular one. Because it's not even really much of a house. Yet it's worth 100 grand. And I would like to spend more time, you know, on houses versus the under these bomb shelter-esque kind of places. Now, I would say this: if there was a means in this game to do expansions, like expand the house size, build a second floor on some of these, then this game would be like off the rails. Like if you could take those early freaking houses that have like one bedroom, one bathroom, and you could expand those into something bigger, that would be like the end all for best, you know, housing simulation game out there. The problem is because you can't do that, and you're kind of stuck with these pre-fitted houses. That's probably the one negative I would say with that's never, I think, been addressed. It's nice that you can clean up the yards. What about house expansion? We have all this money just from working on these houses and selling them. It just seems a little frustrating to me that we can't in any way, shape, or form get, like, the means to expand a house. That's clearly, like, capable of being expanded upon. Anyway, that's just my observation on that. And I wouldn't probably complain if it was much more simple of an issue, but to me that's like that's an awesome concept that should have been done long time ago. But that's just me, and maybe to be fair, maybe the mechanics of it weren't that easy to create. But I have a feeling that that's not going to be the case at all. Because what you do is, I would say how you do it is you create, like, I'm not a programmer, so I wouldn't know how you would do this, but you would create like a means after you level up to a certain amount, that when you build walls, those walls can be, you can make exterior walls and interior walls. And your exterior walls create a new property boundary line, and then, you know, when you put in enough exterior walls, you can you can put in an automatic floor or something or whatever, and then do it that way. Why can't we build garages? That would be nice. You know, I'm throwing out some ideas for the studio to work on for good expansions, or just to say, here's the thing too. They could be saving that for the next version of this game that they make, which wouldn't surprise me. But it is something to be a little kind of meh about, is we can't do those things. But that seems like something you would want day one release on. Or, the first big expansion. Because I want to say I've had this since it was on early access. If it even was, I forget anymore. I've got a couple other games that I've gotten on early access. Since I've liked a lot of them, I'd like to make a simulation game someday. I had a thought about doing a brewery one. Like in the first person, and during the day you can brew, or you can also brew daytime and nighttime if you got to catch up, and then do like a nighttime-esque brewing thing. There's a whole means to do it. I told my idea to my buddy who's a game designer. For those of you who watch Chairman of the Board, that's Scotty Too Hottie. And he's like, that's a great idea. You just got to find a studio that would do it. I'm like, that's true. And he's like, you thought of all the mechanics, too. That's impressive. I'm like, well, I didn't think of them. They're just real mechanics that exist when you have to do this kind of work. So yeah, anywho. Alright, I think we've mowed. Again, I'm not going to do much with this exterior. I just don't see the point of investing time or effort into it when really there's no reason to. Now, as far as this interior goes, strangely enough, we actually have sellable boxes. I think we'll keep the... Well, I think the fridge is no good, too. Let's see. Yeah, fridge is no good. Gotta figure out what we can keep and what we can't. Cleaning this up. It just looks dirty as hell. And again, we don't have to get rid of everything, but I might actually do that. To some degree, because what's the point? Put some regular cheapo blinds in here. Not quite done yet. So really quick, we'll put in a radiator. Okay. And like I said, we'll put in a few things. Not that cruel. Oh, those are like steel, aren't they? To be fair, it's probably what this guy would want, so we'll put him up. See steel shutters. Alright, so this is rather done. Now what's over here? Alright, and this is going to lead into the unknown, as they say. Yeah, it looks like this is much bigger of a area than the other one. The only thing before we go down there is we gotta probably replace these two doors. And this front door I'm not happy with. So let's replace these doors here. I need to do that window too. So, doors. Again, I'm not going with anything too fancy here. Almost missed this guy. Okay. Alright, looking good. Again, why? And they want a shower in here, so yeah, let's get rid of all that. That's terrible. It's all's got to go. Okay, and actually, how's that toilet for the... You know, put our own toilet in. It's just easier for us to do that. Okay. Let's get a shower in there, because I have a feeling that's going to be the hardest thing to get in there. Okay, and then our tiniest fucking sink. That... Maybe this guy. And there's a bathroom. See, the question is, do we want to paint all this or not? I don't know. I mean, theoretically, we could. This carpet's horrible, so is that couch. You know what? Fuck that. We'll sell this stuff too. Okay. Let me see what we can just put in a cheap couch. Again, it just becomes a question of do we want to waste time painting all this or not, and I don't think we need to. I think the look for it looks fine. Other than the bathroom could be tiled, I guess, but we'll decide that when we're done down here. Because there's going to be all kinds of shit down here that we need to consider. What a goddamn dump! Let's keep looking to see what else is in here. Okay, it's just a dirty room. And what would be a bathroom. Okay. So we have all this food here, which we'll just get rid of. Because we'll replenish all of this manually, would be just faster. Bugs. And I feel bad not putting super large amounts of effort into this facility, but it's kind of like, why? I don't see the inherent value, other than, to be fair, it is worth a lot, the property, but is that because of the food in here? I highly doubt it. And I will say this is probably the one map I'm the most disinterested in to a degree. And we'll put in fresh stuff for everything down here anyway. And then the debate is, do we paint it or anything? I don't know. Alright, let's clean. Almost not even really sure. I guess at the end of the day, the best thing to do is to just build the fucking thing. I mean, what am I really saving myself here? We've got our shower. We've got a sink. He doesn't have a radiator down here, so we'll probably have to put that in ourselves. Alright. There it is. You're underground, man. It's gonna be cold. I'll need some heat. Okay. Well, we've got a rather functional bathroom. This room's probably not gonna have anything in it. These two rooms, on the other hand, will. But the question is you can't really do much with this, so hard to say what we'll do there. We do need to put a radiator in here. Let's say let's put it here. And we could also put an AC in here as well. Probably in real world would not be a good idea, because where are you going to pump the hot air into? Unless you pump it into like the bathroom. And even then, where is that going to go? Unless he's got like a exhaust or something. Which, in this probably scenario, I doubt he would. Here's the other thing too, guys, is we're going to have other bunkers to do. There's other Apocalypse DLC stuff. And this one to me is just kind of the weakest one out of the entire collection. Mainly because you're isolated to this basement and no real house to work on. So that's kind of the beef I have with this one. It's a good intro to the cellar, but I mean, what do you really want to do? You want to paint this, put tiles, and make it look fancy? I mean, you can, but I think a lot of people have to remember too, it doesn't really give us much money if it's not a requirement. You know, if it's not like destroyed, I don't think. We got our radiator. Now let's put in some things they would want. They would probably want... Yeah, see here in survival there's a little bit of everything. Put in a power generator, so oh boy. Well. Question is, can you actually get it in here? You can't really walk around it, but we're gonna leave it. Put in some bunk beds. Or a bunk bed. One bed, there's two beds. It's 2 in 1, baby. There we go. Let me see here. Go with a prefab. Something very simple. Put shelves in here, to be fair. There we go. Alright, let's see here. See, it is helping, but it's subtle. Put a wall TV on because we don't have a lot of space. Microwave and a stove. The microwave. Or we just do something like this. You know what? Yeah. We'll put the microwave there. When I fucking find one. There's that, but where's a regular one? You know what? Screw this. Alright. I mean, again, this falls into the question of what do you really want out of this location? I mean, like I said, we could paint it. We could stock it full of shit. I'd rather save. But here's the thing: is the other bunkers I have a feeling are going to be exactly the same as this one, not in the layout, but like what you got to put in it, and it's a little underwhelming. But I mean, for general survival purposes, you could stock your food. There's water jugs here. You know, the kitchen is here. I mean, I'd rather spend it on a bigger setup, to be fair, more time. And a much nicer layout. So with that said, I think we're gonna finish this house. Well, was there anything else I was gonna do? They're leaving a light in here. There's no light in here. Okay, alright. There's a few things we need to finish up here. To be fair. There's no... I can't put... Oh, I could put one. Okay. But no light switch. That's weird. Oh yeah. Okay, so I mean, I stand by my notion of there's just really not much else to do that's worth doing. I mean, it's a freaking garage. If this was a house, I'd probably invest more into it. That would also mean I would invest more into the basement, I think, too. And I think that's part of the problem is that there's just not, number one, all that's here is the bunker. We've got our little generator in. We've done everything that needs to be done. And like I said, if we want to paint everything, we could, but that's just painting for the sake of painting. So let's go ahead and, against my better judgment, we're going to go ahead and sell the house. Now, we're not going to get a lot for this house. More than what we paid for. Probably not going to get anything. I think it was about 200 grand. So, there we go. And there's only 3 people willing to buy. So, what are they saying our profit is here? Somehow they figure it's 73,000. How do they figure that? We spent more than $200,000 to. Oh no, we didn't. No, we didn't. We spent $120,000. So yeah, we'll sell it to him for that much. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. And like I said, on further jobs here, I will put way more effort into this one. But this one to me just seems so lame that it's not doing much for me. It's like, why would you, I guess the idea is that if there was a thing about to happen, you drive to this location, and then you'd be, maybe the couch and whatnot is there so you can hang out here for a little bit, and then you get the fuck out of Dodge when you hear, the nukes are coming, or the zombies are coming, so on and so forth. But ultimately, it's rather, this is a really weak house to even waste our time on. So yes, this is gonna be a short episode, mainly because there's just not much to really talk about. But I will say this: the next Apocalypse ones, I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me right, are gonna be pretty legit. But that one is just the worst. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/JackTardStudios, for more live gaming action, as well as our tabletop show and all of the other cool things we do over there. And before we sign off here, I want to thank you again for you guys tolerating this shorter little episode. And when we come back, more houses to work on. I think we got another base game one and another Apocalypse one coming up. So I will make up for the weakness of this one to improve on the ones that are coming later. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next time.